Hey everybody, welcome back to Stu and Eric's Combat Swimmer Stroke Critiques. We are going to critique crappy swim videos today. And there are some rules we have for you though. If you can, turn your phone sideways and have somebody walk alongside the pool with you, filming you for 50 yards or down and back for 50 yards or down and back a lap of a pool, whatever you got. That'll just give us enough data to actually critique you well. So with that, Eric, welcome back.
Hey, what's going on, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So who's ready to watch some crappy swim videos?
I'm ready to watch any type of video, especially if they're swim videos. Super excited.
Yeah. So anyway, I kid and when I say crappy swim videos, but I also don't.
Hey, so one other thing to add about the about when the guys send you the videos or they send them to us to critique, we want it there and back because we also, I mean, do we care if they show us both sides of their technique?
I think that's a good thing. I usually teach it like this. Don't even bother your weak side until you've mastered the strong side. Like you've gotten good enough on the strong side, so now it's a real easy mirror image of the weak side. Where people try to learn both, I've seen people just struggle with.
It takes them longer.
Yeah, it just takes longer to learn. When you're.
All right, so let's say if you can do the stroke, and you feel like you're at a place where you're not quite making the time, or you're making the time, but you want to get like more efficient, and you just want to get faster, or when I say efficient, you're making the time, but you don't want to be so tired when you get out of the pool.
There you go.
Because what's the order? Is it?
Swim, push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, mile-and-a-half run. Right. That just gets you to the training. Right. Doesn't get you through the training.
For sure. So the swim is first. So I would think that most people watching this, besides making the time, you'd want to get to the point where you're more efficient so that you're not as tired for all those things. And there's a couple of videos we're going to watch today where you could tell the efficiency is low. So,
oh yeah.
But anyway, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Absolutely. Yeah, you definitely need to get in good enough shape, swimming shape, that 500-yard swim is a warm-up for the rest of the PST.
Yeah.
That is a good place to be whenever you start officially taking PSTs.
Yeah, it's a good mindset.
Yeah. All right, so let's do this. Let's share a screen and let's get this first one underway. As you can see, it's a little bit difficult to see the full body whenever you don't turn your phone sideways, but we'll go ahead and do this anyway. All right, you good, Eric?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. My thing I see is he over-rotates a little bit whenever he is turning right there to breathe, and see how his arm goes way past, he's always behind him. It's almost like
his stomach is trying to go up towards the ceiling, and your belly button shouldn't really go past halfway. Your belly button should always be kind of looking towards the side of the pool. The only time you want a little bit more than 180 rotations when you're actually going down.
Yeah, and what's happening here too is he is just his recovery is just all over the place. I mean, look at whenever he recovers his arms. I mean, look how far they are away from him. You got to keep those hands touching your body the whole time up. Otherwise, you're just swimming with your brakes on right there.
Right.
And that too, like what he just did right there. Look how far behind his back his hand is. I be honest with you, Eric, I don't think I've ever seen this. Like somebody who's like over rotates that much that his top arm is going behind him.
Yeah, it's almost like he's. Yeah. So So we don't want to over rotate.
Yep.
Keep your belly button facing towards the pool, the side of the pool. Go ahead and tuck your chin on your push off.
Yep.
Because his head is like straight up.
Yep. Let me put that back there.
Yeah. So when you look at this push off, his head is up. Boom. Nice little parachute right there. So he takes a pull, and then
looks
head
up.
is straight up. So that obviously is going to be put on the brakes. Secondarily, on the push off, as you go, he didn't glide enough.
Yeah.
And then he immediately, when he did the double arm pull, immediately came up and started stroking. So you have two opportunities to move through the water without effort. One is the initial push off, and the second is after the double arm pull.
Yeah.
And so you want to take advantage of that. This might be an issue of not trying to, the person will know, but not, probably an issue of not being that comfortable in the water, that you feel like you need air, because it looks like you want to get up there and stay on top, and you want to rotate that head and make sure you get a good breath. So to me, it looks like maybe not as comfortable in the water. So just an observation there.
Yeah, could be. He doesn't look too frantic. I mean, his timing for the stroke is decent. Got a top arm, bottom arm, kick, glide. He's got that basics down. Right. He could hold the glide a little longer, not only on the kickoff, but also individual strokes.
Yep.
Like right here, like he's already starting to pull for the next stroke. There is no glide after a kick.
And when he comes up, when he surfaces, his face is looking straight up at the ceiling of the pool.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Again, your head should not be rotating more than enough to see the side of the pool that you're swimming, like the very side of the pool where you get out of the water, the wall. That's all you're looking at. It's as much as you want to rotate.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. Something else I see, one minor thing right there on the glide. You see how he's gliding, kind of see it a little bit, but his glide is like this. So his head is looking forward. His shoulders are like, his hands are right here. I don't know if you can see that, versus being a little tighter, when you're.
And again, just because someone's swimming doesn't mean that they're slippery. And what I mean by slippery, I think I've mentioned this before in some of the earlier stuff that we've done, Stu, is, you understand how you're going through the water column. Like you feel yourself going through the water column. When you're catching water and when you're not catching water. It's like an NBA player who takes a shot, or one of us who's on the range shooting a gun. When you throw a shot.
Yeah.
When it's not going in. That's when same thing once you get to a point where you have the technique down and what works, you get slippery in the water where and this video shows someone who's not slippery in the water, who is subconsciously or consciously thinking about getting to the surface before they do. It's like that wide receiver who starts running with the ball before he catches it. And so again, I don't know how many sports analogies. There's a lot of comparisons out there that you can make, and that's what this reminds me of. So work on getting that technique, take the advice that Stu and I are given, and be patient with it, and you will get more comfortable.
All right, let's do this. This is something new that I'm springing on you right now. Let's give him a grade of where he is right now. Right. So let's think about all the things he needs to work on. A little bit of the glide. His head needs to be a better position. His recovery needs to be better. Kick's not bad, but you really can't tell if his kick is good because he's, his recovery slowing him down, and his streamline's not as good. So I'd probably give him a C on this one.
Okay, so before we come up with a grade, we have to know what the grading criteria is.
I know. Now you're being picky.
So is an F about to drown, and an A is going to pass the test with a plum. Like what
Yeah.
what is like where
I would think that'd be a good.
so
I think
F,
that'd be a good system. F is like you're barely able to make it 25 yards and without having to stop
waterway.
and breathe.
Yes, waterways. Like you're
Yeah.
like, hey, let's
Yeah.
get this guy some flotation.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Man, he's got so many things to fix. I would say C minus.
Okay. All
I
right.
would say C minus because of what I would consider, because if we're saying average, average would be doing the stroke correctly.
Oof. Yeah. Well, let's compare it to not necessarily a student at Budge yet, right? Compare it to a recruit or a candidate before they're even in the Navy, trying to learn to swim.
I'm talking about YMCA. We're going through the strokes. You know how to crawl stroke / freestyle. You know how to breaststroke. You know how to backstroke, and you know how to side stroke. And so that knowing how to side stroke doesn't necessarily mean you'll be super efficient. You're going to take the most. You're going to take the most out of your glides and your streamlines and your push-offs and all those little techniques and your ankle flexibility might not be great, whatever, but you can do the stroke. You can put the apple in the basket, right?
Yeah, so that would be a
C.
C. Okay. All right. C minus is fair.
And he is, because of his over rotation, his hands aren't even in line with his body. Like he's not even putting the apple in the basket. He's doing some other stuff that I don't know what, like you said, I haven't seen a whole lot of that. So I would say C minus. He's not drowning, and he's moving through the water, so that's good. He's going forward, but we got to get to the point where you are. It's called a side stroke because you're on your side the whole time.
Yeah.
So if we can't do what's in the name of the thing we're doing, then you don't get it. You're not doing it averagely.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. No, I like that. I like that.
That's my argument.
Hey, look at that. I sprung that on you in the last minute. I got the idea 2 seconds ago. I was like, hey, let's grade them. Let's see what it is. So anyway, maybe we'll come up with a better grading criteria as this comes along. But you know, hey, we're figuring it out. C minus. I'll go with C minus.
But that's a good one because now we base everything off of that guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's
every
true.
Future grade. If he's a C minus, then every future grade. If they're worse than him, then we know where it goes. If they're better, then they can't be a C minus.
That's fair enough. All right. Are you ready?
We've got a baseline, yes.
All right, let's do this one. I think this one's a pretty good one. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got a good double arm pull, good kick off the wall. And you know, he's got the guy walking next to him. Phone turned sideways. This is perfect video to be able to critique.
I agree. All right.
He's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'd like to see that back leg open up a little bit more. I'm just going to look at the legs for right now.
Yep.
And he does a little breaststroke kick on the way into getting into the side position after the push off. That may not be as efficient. What I would tell him and anybody else is do a there and back, a lap where you pull, hold the glide, and then go to your side and pull one more time with both hands and go straight into your side for the side stroke, and then do it the way that you've been doing it and see which way A gets you farther down the pool, and B, which one has you more rested. And then if you're more rested with that weird little breaststroke kick at the end and you've gone farther, then I stand corrected. But I will bet that is not the case.
Right. Yeah, his underwater recovery here, I mean, I'm nitpicking this. This guy's pretty good overall.
But look at those elbows.
Yeah. I mean, he's flared out there so much. That is why he lost a lot of momentum off the wall as he transitioned from a pretty good double arm pull with a kind of a weak kick going into his stroke. But
absolutely. Hold that video. Hold that there. Don't move it. I want to say.
Yeah, and then flaring his arms like that'll just stop all the speed that you just created off the wall. And now you got to recreate it in this next stroke. So
now, everyone who's watching, imagine if you were swimming through the water like that. You had a snorkel on. So go back to the flare out.
Yep.
Hold it. See if you can bring it back. So, and that's perfect too. So you're Supermaning through the water, right? Like, the old Superman, probably before a lot of your guys' time, he would be up in the air and, he's got his arms out in front of him.
Flying like that.
And so, well, you're going to eventually get there, but it should be from underneath where your hands are coming, like underneath your face. Like, pause that.
Yep.
So just imagine, for everyone who's watching this, imagine you going through the water like that. You have a snorkel on and you're just kicking and your arms are out. Now, ask yourself, are you going to be as efficient as if you had your elbows tucked closer to your body? Like, that's how important it is to streamline, because remember, every stroke you're going to do about 7 to 8 strokes per length, right? Like, Stu, you probably do 4. I do like around 6.5, 7. But, because I'm not as efficient. But can you imagine the resistance on 7 or 8 strokes every 25 meters?
Oh, it's exhausting. Yeah.
You're fighting yourself going through the water.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. And I think it occurs too with every stroke. That's not too bad. See how he's recovering there? Not too bad there.
The recovery's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. Good. It was just from his double arm pull. He just had a weak recovery. I would say practice your breaststroke pull out a little more.
Yep, high knee. That's good. I like that top leg with the super high knee. So that's good. Right there, I don't necessarily see his chin tucked on the push off, but
once again, though, he has a problem with the double arm pull recovery.
Right.
But his single arm pull recovery is fine. Could hold the glide a little longer. I like to hold 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi pull. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Yeah, he could hold that another second in that glide position as long as he's moving. But that's the way to see if your kick's working. If you can glide 2 yards with a scissor kick at 1 yard per second, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't get why guys don't hold that. Like, you're using the momentum of your legs for free. That's free. Like, the oxygen that you use in your muscles, in your thighs to push off, and you push off into a streamlined position, and you're accelerating through the water faster than you're swimming, unless you're sprinting freestyle.
Yeah.
You will be faster underwater. And then you come up and you get a double arm pull, so you expend that bit of oxygen there and energy there, and you could hold that with your chin tucked just a little bit longer. You get free distance with like almost no exertion other than the consumption of oxygen in your body, which you're going to recover here, like 2 seconds later. So
yeah,
so it's usually people who want to hurry up and get into it because they think their stroke is, but again, you have to do this 20 times in a 25-yard pool. Or how many lengths do you have to do in a 25-yard pool for the test?
10 laps or 20 links.
Right. So you're going to do this 19 times. So why wouldn't you want to gain that extra yard so you can gain 20 yards for free with zero freaking expenditure of energy? Who wouldn't want to do that? It's like when you put your car in neutral because you're broke as shit and you're driving cross country every downhill. You put your car in neutral because you're like, shit, I need to make it to the next gas station. Oh, maybe I'm the only guy who's ever done that.
I've done that too. That's so funny.
Right?
Been there.
Free.
Been
Free
there.
momentum, dude. Free gas. Use it. Anyways, all right.
That's hilarious. No, this is a good one. I would give him. I don't know. I'd probably give him a B minus.
Yeah, he's definitely a solid B.
Yeah,
because he just needs a couple little tweaks and he's gonna be fucking hauling ass.
Yeah, yeah. I think he fixes that arm recovery, gets a little longer on the glide. He'll be 8-minute swimmer, no time.
Comfortably too.
Yeah. He's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think he's probably just started practicing breaststroke pullout because this breaststroke pullout here is just a little awkward. It just closes him down, but everything else is pretty tight.
Yeah, and I wish if he's gonna practice side breathing, dude. I don't know if you're a side stroker or a freestyler and you know how to side breathe, but you don't have to bring that head all the way up.
That's true.
That's another thing too. So if we're gonna go now, we're going from happy to glad, right?
Right. There you go.
Good to great. That if you fix the glide and that recovery, you're a solid B plus. You get that head squared away. Now you're in like the A minus territory.
Yeah, I would agree. That's pretty good. All right, so let's see how this one looks, Arik. I'm not sure if we have seen this one before. So if you haven't seen this one before, I'll give you a few minutes to take a look at it.
No,
but this is one of those situations. All right, so whenever you're sending us a video, if you can be in the lane closest to the edge where the guy is filming you, that's very helpful because this lane line is going to interfere with us being able to see you. So my suggestion is if you take a video of you swimming, watch that video of you swimming. And if you can't see you swimming, don't send it to us because we can't see you swimming either. So
that's pretty good advice.
How about that?
But you know what? I don't know. There's so many people in the pool. Maybe it was the only lane that was available.
That happens.
You know what I mean? Look at how many people are in this pool. It's totally packed.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Okay. What is he?
That is an overwater recovery stroke.
Okay. First of all, don't fall for that shit. It doesn't make you go any faster.
Right. Plus, it's not allowed. You can't.
That's the fact that they'll fail you.
Yeah, this is an underwater recovery stroke for a reason. But here's the deal, though. On his weak side, he figured it out. Yeah. On his weak side, he figured it out. But on the strong side, he's doing a freestyle recovery.
No, I like it because then it like waves at the enemy. Hey, look, I'm coming across the beach. Hey,
look at me.
Shoot at me. Hey, the reason why we freaking do side stroke in the SEAL teams, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
So number one problem.
Okay, that National Lampoon European Vacation, freaking diving under the, this is crazy. And then this one right here, ooh, nice big, wide little.
Yeah, too many little flutter kicks off the wall. You don't need these flutter kicks.
But look at this. Look at the arm pull though. Watch this. He's like, "Hello, everyone. I'm here."
Oh, got it.
Wide,
Yeah, like he's doing a jumping jack.
Yes. No,
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that's a weak shoulder pull. Because when you do that jumping jack movement, all you're really using is the muscles of your shoulder here. You're not grabbing water. You're not pulling it down with your lats, pushing it with your triceps. I mean, you can get a lot more muscle groups into it when you learn how to, actually do a breaststroke pullout.
And then the other piece, right. And then the other piece is, remember, think of your body as a canoe or a dinghy or a small boat where you have oars that is propelling
Yes.
you through the water. Are the oars really, really far out? You know, like, or are they kind of closer to the boat? Like, you know, like,
Oh man,
so
he's not even using his bottom arm.
I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe he's like, hey, this is a new thing. I want to try this.
Oh, he's brand new. He's brand new at CSS. That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. First of all, bro, keep your hand in the water. You
Yeah.
do what you did on the other side. That's not allowed. So we don't even have to belabor that.
All right, we'll look at it on this side. But here's the problem: like, we can't see you.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
You can't see it from here. If you'd have been one lane over, we could have actually seen what you're doing. We could see how you're kicking. I can't tell if your front leg's going forward, or if your front leg's going backwards. Looks like it's going forward.
That's a little tough. But I will say that he's in this angle kind of swimming. It's not too bad, but you can tell like he's hopping up and down versus kind of moving forward.
Yeah.
And it might be because of how his bottom arm is pulling, like he's pushing down, like doing that kind of jumping jack kind of pull with the bottom arm. That usually is what happens when you see a head, like a body bop up like that at that angle.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's hard to determine because it's hard to see because of the reflection of the water and being far from them. But the definitely, now remember, your head is about 7.5 pounds. And you have your shoulder and part of your pec. Every single stroke, it's coming out of the water. So that's, let's just call that, for the sake of argument, 12 pounds, right? So you've got a 12-pound weight coming out of the water and pushing you down underwater every stroke.
Yeah.
And because you're coming straight up with those 12 pounds, guess what? It's physics. The weight is going straight down. So you're not trying to go do a deep dive when you come up. You're trying to move forward. So you actually are having 12 pounds of negative weight pushing against your momentum that's trying to push you forward. It's like trying to push you straight down to the bottom of the pool versus moving you forward.
Right.
So that's why I'm a stickler on trying to keep as much of your body underwater as possible, besides the tactical advantage of doing side stroke where you want to keep as low a profile in the water as possible. But anyway, so those are some things to work on. It's not popping up so strongly. Make sure that bottom arm is pulling.
Yeah, his bottom arm isn't pulling at all here. He's leaving it out there, just letting it.
Like he did on the other side.
Yep, he's not pulling it at all.
Yeah, okay.
We can't really see your kick, though I can tell you it's not propelling you at all because it's taking you 12 strokes to get across the pool.
Yeah, okay, so it takes me about 6.5.
Yeah.
So that for a point of reference, you got a little bit of work. All right, let's grade this dude.
I go with D. I mean, he's not dying to get across the swimming pool.
Hey, he is a solid. Is he? Wait. Oh, is his arm underwater or is it cut off?
Oh, no. He has an arm.
He has both his arms. Are you sure?
Hang on a second. Yeah. He has both. That's a watch. There you go.
Okay. Look, I was like, I'm gonna give this fucker a D. But if you're doing this shit with fucking one arm, first of all, you're not going above.
Right.
Secondly, yeah, you get a C for that. Man. Shit, I'll bump you up 1 grade if you're missing a lip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I say we stop it at 3 today, Arik.
Yeah,
but we're going to do this with some training for. We are looking for more videos. So if you want to send us a video, you can DM us, via Instagram. You can email them to us. Just let us know if you want them on the show or not. That's fine. and we'll critique your swim video for you.
Yep.
Just remember a couple rules is turn your phone sideways, have the guy walking with you alongside the pool. That makes for the best video in the closest lane to the wall as possible. And if you can make it a 50-yard or two links in a pool down and back, if you want to play around with your strong side, weak side, that's another thing. A lot of people screw that up. We can help you fix that as well. So that's my 2 cents for sending in videos. You got anything, Arik?
No, all that stuff sounds. Yep. No, that I think that covers it all. That'd be super helpful because we want to be able to help these guys.
Yeah. Help us help you, and we can definitely be able to critique a little bit better.
Jerry Maguire the shit out of this thing.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
figure it out. So,
good stuff.
So have you been swimming lately? How's it like over there in California? You got pools available?
Well, I had a Y by where I was, and then I ended up moving up north for this contract. So I got to the Y up here, and they said that they only allowed the local people to use the pool.
That sucks.
Yeah. So there's a small pool here where they have me staying. But it's very short. So it wouldn't be bad for like stroke and turn type stuff, but for trying to get a workout, it'd be like, a shark swimming in a fish tank.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're lucky here in Maryland. So far, pools have been open since August. But they were closed from March until early August. That sucked. We were just doing that. We were doing open water swimming and using swim bungees in a backyard pool, which works. You should try that with your small pool. Get the swim bungee.
You know what? Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
It works.
And I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you can just tie it to the ladder or something and just stay in one spot and turn your pool into an endless pool. And all I'd do is I'd 30 minutes of freestyle.
Yeah.
Just never even touch a wall. It's pretty nice.
No, it's good. And I got paddles, and you got different types of fins you can add to it. So that's good. You can switch it up.
Yeah. So get creative out there if you're looking for swimming pools. I've had a guy who gave me that swim bungee idea. He would do it on the edge of his pier. So instead of swimming in this lake, he'd just go on the edge of his pier, tie it around the pier, and just stay in one spot in his lake versus, swim to the other side, and his parents wouldn't have to worry about him. He'd just be right there by the pier. So
he's lazy.
There you go. So you got to get creative. Creative. Get some water. It's the motivated find the teams, right?
That's right. That's true. Facts.
That is true.
Right, cool. So we'll do this again, and I cannot wait. It'll be good stuff.
Yeah, sounds good, Arik. Thanks again, and until next time, get those videos to us, and we'll have you on the show. We'll see you
later.